Welcome to episode 5 of The Disciplined Trader, brought to you by bellsforex.com AudioWorks. Today, we're taking a journey through trading history, exploring the minds, methods, and philosophies of the greatest traders of all time. These are the people who shaped how modern markets work, who turned patterns into profits, and who proved, time and again, that trading mastery begins and ends with discipline. These legends, Jesse Livermore, George Soros, Paul Tudor Jones, Warren Buffett, and Ray Dalio, didn't just make money. They rewrote the rules of how to think, act, and evolve in the financial markets. And behind every triumph, there's a lesson for us, the modern trader, trying to navigate the same cycles of fear, greed, and uncertainty that have echoed through the markets for over a century. Let's start with Jesse Livermore, often called the Great Bear of Wall Street. Born in 1877, Livermore started trading as a teenager in so-called bucket shops, where customers bet on stock prices without actually owning shares. Imagine that, a 14-year-old watching the ticker tape and spotting opportunities faster than most adults could. Livermore's early success came from one simple observation: human nature doesn't change. Markets rise on greed and fall on fear, and if you can read those emotions, you can profit from them. In 1907 and again in 1929, when markets were euphoric, Livermore went the other way. He shorted the market and made fortunes as the bubbles burst. During the Great Depression, while chaos ruled, Livermore earned an incredible $100 million. In today's money, that's billions, but his story is also a cautionary tale. Despite his genius, Livermore went bankrupt multiple times. His emotions, not his strategy, often got the better of him. It's a painful reminder that without emotional control, even the best system will eventually fail. He famously said, "The market is never wrong, opinions often are." Those 7 words might be the most important lesson any trader can learn. The market doesn't care about your feelings, your predictions, or your hopes. It does what it does. And our job is to listen, not argue. Now let's jump forward to George Soros, the man who broke the Bank of England. Soros has a gift for seeing the big picture. He's what we'd call a macro trader. In 1992, he noticed the British pound was overvalued within the European exchange rate mechanism. Most people saw stability. Soros saw opportunity. He placed a $10 billion short position against the pound, a trade so bold it made global headlines. When the UK was forced to devalue its currency, Soros walked away with a $1 billion profit in one day. He later said, "I'm not right because I'm right because I know when I'm wrong." That line captures the essence of his success, confidence mixed with humility. He never married his opinions. If the data changed, so did he. Soros built his fortune by trusting his analysis and having the courage to act on it, a balance between intellect and instinct that defines every great trader. He teaches us that conviction is essential, but flexibility is survival. Then we have Paul Tudor Jones, the master of macro trading. Jones became a legend in 1987, when he correctly predicted the stock market crash that came to be known as Black Monday. By studying historical patterns, especially the parallels between 1987 and 1929, he realized that history doesn't just rhyme. In markets, it often repeats itself. When the crash hit, Jones' fund made a 62% return that year while most investors were wiped out. His philosophy is razor sharp: cut your losses quickly, let your winners run, and never add to a losing position. His famous quote, "Losers average losers," is one of those trading truths that's painful to hear but impossible to ignore. Jones built his success on structure, preparation, and emotional control. He visualized losing days before they happened, so he could respond rationally when they did. That's the essence of discipline, being prepared for pain before it arrives. Now, let's talk about Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha. Buffett isn't a trader in the short-term sense, but no conversation about market mastery is complete without him. His philosophy of value investing is the cornerstone of long-term wealth building. Buffett once said, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." That one quote says everything about his success. He buys great companies at fair prices, holds them for decades, and lets compounding do its work. His genius lies not in timing the market, but in avoiding the noise. While everyone else chases the next big thing, Buffett quietly builds wealth through discipline, patience, and data-driven decisions. In a world addicted to action, his calm is revolutionary. And finally, we come to Ray Dalio, founder of Bridgewater Associates, one of the largest and most successful hedge funds on the planet. Dalio represents the modern evolution of trading discipline, a systematized, data-driven approach built on principles and algorithms rather than emotion. He believes that markets reflect reality, and reality is best understood through cause and effect. His all-weather portfolio was designed to perform in any economic environment: inflation, deflation, growth, or recession. Dalio's most famous line is, "He who lives by the crystal ball will eat shattered glass." In other words, stop trying to predict, start preparing. He's taught generations of traders that success isn't about knowing the future. It's about having a process that adapts to it. His focus on diversification and risk parity, balancing exposure so no single bet can destroy you, revolutionized portfolio management. Dalio's legacy reminds us that consistency isn't about brilliance. It's about building a system that keeps you disciplined when your emotions want to take over. So what do these 5 icons have in common? On the surface, not much. Livermore was a speculator. Soros, a global strategist. Jones, a pattern hunter. Buffett, a value investor. Dalio, a system builder. Their tools were different, but their mindset was the same. They all respected risk. They all stayed disciplined. And they all understood that losing was part of the process. Livermore lost fortunes and came back. Soros was wrong more often than he was right, but his winners outweighed his losers. Buffett missed countless opportunities, but his patience made him richer than anyone chasing quick wins. Jones still meditates before trading sessions to stay grounded. Dalio still tests his ideas against data to protect himself from overconfidence. The path to trading greatness isn't linear. It's cyclical: success, failure, reflection, improvement. Each of these traders mastered that cycle. And if you want to grow as a trader, that's the mindset to adopt. So let me ask you, which of these traders resonates most with your style? Are you more of a Livermore, trusting intuition and reading emotion, a Soros, bold and macro-minded, a Tudor Jones, disciplined and technical, a Buffett, patient and fundamental, or a Dalio, systematic and data-driven? Think about it, because the answer might reveal how you approach risk, discipline, and decision-making. The truth is, there's no single way to succeed in the markets. But there is one common denominator across every legend we've discussed today: self-mastery. Markets are mirrors. They reflect your strengths, your weaknesses, your patience, and your fears. The greatest traders learned to see themselves clearly before trying to see the market clearly. Their success wasn't magic. It was mastery of mindset, method, and meaning. Thank you for listening to The Disciplined Trader, brought to you by bellsforex.com AudioWorks. We hope this episode gave you insights, perspective, and practical ideas to strengthen your trading mindset and improve your decision-making. Stay disciplined, keep learning, and remember, every trade is a step toward building your edge. If you found value in today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Sharing the podcast with fellow traders helps us grow and bring even more free trading education to the community. Visit us anytime at bellsforex.com for resources, guides, and tools to support your trading journey. Until next time, trade smart, stay disciplined, and keep building your edge. Happy trading!